Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. You join us for this T20 between Gujarat and the Chennai Carvers. I'm Mike Atherton, and with me for this match is Mel Jones, Ali Mitchell, Ian Healy, and the one and only Lord Gower.
Thanks, Athers. We're almost ready to get underway. Earlier, I took a look at the conditions, and it's pretty apparent, even before you take a proper look, that they'll be looking at batting. I'm not entirely sure about this decision. Hopefully the captain knows what they're doing and can explain it to the team, but I wouldn't want to be bowling first on this wicket.
Players look ready, the umpires are in position for the first ball. The bowlers will want to focus on their line and lengths and let the ball do the rest.
Wait, yeah. No!
Well, that would have been a very risky run. The right call was made in the end.
Yep.
There'll be one run here for them.
Exquisitely done on the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
A big opportunity. They've worked hard in recent weeks. They should have the confidence to build an innings and get big runs on the board.
Yeah.
Really good shot there.
You could see by how it whistled away to the boundary just how sweetly this was timed.
Gill, I don't think will be too happy with their bowler at the moment.
Wait.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
Waiting.
Yes. Massive chance.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Yep.
Great shot.
You can't fault that shot. Nicely played, and it was 4 runs all the way.
End of the over, 10 off it. The Super Kings are 10 for none. Going with pace now.
Right armour is coming into the attack.
Yep.
Great shot. Placement exquisite.
Well, that was a really solid shot. Read the length early to get onto the front foot, and that raced away for 4.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot. There'll be runs here.
Yes, keeper.
Just a little bit wide. Well picked up. And let the ball do all the work, really, just to nudge it down towards third.
Let's see if they can get the ball up into the slot like before. So crucial to follow up that last delivery and keep the batter under pressure.
Yeah.
Very quick out there, managing to stop it and preventing 4 runs.
Did well just to get it down towards third for some runs.
Right off the middle of the bat.
That's just silly. The power on that shot is incredible. That's the sort of shot you want to see at a cricket match.
Yes. There.
Great shot. At least one on offer.
Bowlers.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Yes.
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring. Questions will begin to be asked. Should the captain make a change? A big over that one. Too many loose deliveries. The right armour is coming on to bowl from the south end.
Yes.
They were wise to the run there. Excellent call. It was off the pad and they got through quickly.
Yep.
That's off the middle of the bat.
Threaded it through brilliantly. All timing on that shot.
Rashid has got the big shot away this over. Now they can focus on playing the next ball on its merits.
Wait.
Great shot through the gap.
Four runs. They were so still at the crease. Just a slight movement forward. Fabulous shots.
Wait there.
Straight to the fielder.
Misses out there on the short and wide one.
Waiting. Yep.
They've picked the gap. Perfect timing.
That was a boundary the moment the ball left the bat. Can't time that any better. Perfection.
Playing all their shots in that over. A very expensive over.
Yeah.
Got that away nicely.
Got their head right in line with the ball. A beautiful strike there down the ground.
Don't mind getting hit for runs. What's important is to focus on getting the next ball right.
Yep.
Massive edge. A direct hit and this could be gone.
The first wicket is down, back to the pavilion, and disappointment is etched on their face. Can't believe they got out like that.
Lots of pressure coming into bat. Will have to wait though to face their first ball. Wow, that's missed the lot. Poor ball, all the way down to the boundary. That'll go down as 5 wides. Time to keep the pressure on now. Great last ball to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot.
Wait.
Finds the fielder with that shot.
Yep.
Into the gap. Nice shot.
Nothing really wrong with the delivery. Got onto the front foot and found the space to get that one to the boundary.
The last one helped the scoring rate, making their intentions clear.
Yep.
Easy catch. Didn't have to move, really.
Well, the end of a productive innings. It didn't quite ignite into the fireworks as we would have hoped, but still, solid work.
The field will come up now, you'd think. Pressure should definitely be on the new batter, who strides to the middle. They will be looking for another quick wicket.
Baller's end.
Good return, back from the deep. And they're away and nicely off the mark.
Yes.
Well timed, but there's a fielder out there.
I, for one, reckon that second run was on, but clearly the batters knew better.
Doesn't beat the infield.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on the shot.
Yep.
Huge edge.
Nice bowling.
A couple on offer here.
That gets things going. Just nice to get settled, start to get your first runs.
Yep.
Head over the ball. Great shot. That's racing away.
What a lovely shot. Really good timing out of the middle, and it raced to the boundary.
Catch it.
Power and precision in that shot.
It was just a little bit too full, and it was beautifully timed.
63 for 2.
Rabat. From the north end.
Waiting. Yes.
Great shot, but it's not going to beat the fielder.
Bowlers.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Wait there.
Quick onto that in the infield. This should be close.
That was a solid shot. Driven off the front foot. Fantastic cricket shot. Probably deserved more from it.
Nice bowling. Yep.
Nice shot. Runs possible.
It was just a little bit wide. Well picked up and guided nicely down towards third.
Yes.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
Yep.
They'll get at least one.
Yes. Keeper. Keeper.
The end of another over. This time, though, some more fielding changes are coming as the power play finishes. The captain now has 3 more fielders to work with outside the circle.
Yep.
Well placed, should get a single. Misses everything.
Nice bowling.
Beautiful slower delivery, just hitting air on that one. That was just too good.
Yes.
They'd look for a couple here.
Tucked it nicely into the gap. Pick up a single, rotate the... strike.
ease through the field. There'll be runs here.
Yes.
Good batting, get an opportunity to score and take it. Picks the gap perfectly.
Everything was right about it. The footwork to get back and then the bat coming through the ball beautifully.
That's the over. The Super Kings are 78 for 2. We've seen good control and spin from this bowler. Looking forward to seeing what they can do here. Couldn't get it through the field.
Yes.
Times it nicely.
Onto the front foot early, placed it perfectly into the gap, timed it nicely for 4 more.
It can be very disheartening seeing good deliveries smacked around. Sometimes you just got to accept it and move on.
Yes.
Too good. Not sure anyone is going to cut that off.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there was absolutely no point in chasing that.
Drives and misses everything.
Tried to get the drive away, timed it poorly, lucky to survive.
That's an unbelievable shot into the crowd.
Just missed the line, not the worst delivery, but that was dispatched with interest. Everyone just watched that in awe.
Beaten on the drive.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. That's poor play.
Going with spin now. Confident appeal. Could it be?
Yes.
Good shot. It's found the gap.
Good return, back from the deep. Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
Yep.
And that brings up the 50 partnership for these two.
A really good 50 partnership. These two are looking strong and it's going to take something special to break it up.
Gone. Excellent catch, close to the bat.
That was a very good knock in the end. I'm sure a few more runs would have been better, but it's been a good innings.
It's a long way to walk out here just to walk straight back. They'll just want to get this first one behind them and then push on.
Yep.
That's great fielding. That ball was flying.
Gets off zero with that shot. That'd have been a little nervy. That'll settle the nerves.
That's right out of the middle of the bat.
This was the slower ball, and it didn't fool anyone. Got the timing just right. Beautiful shot.
Really playing all their shots that over. Really expensive. Middle that one. Great timing.
Just a little bit of room given. The power was immense. That has flown over the boundary.
Perfectly timed.
Good throw from the deep, on target. I'd say it was the right shot to choose, but it was just timed badly. Just couldn't get the drive away.
Yep.
Lovely timing. Will this one go to the fence?
That really wasn't a great delivery. Seen early, and it was dispatched with aplomb.
Nice shot.
That's a brilliantly aggressive shot. Gets onto the front foot, and it's flown over the boundary.
Great timing, right off the meat of the bat.
There was a bit of width on that, and they've climbed into the shot to send it up and over for 6.
End of the over. The Super Kings are 131 for 3.
Yep.
There'll be 1 run here for them.
Exquisitely done on the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
Yep, yep.
Great shot through the gap. Perfect timing.
Yep. Yep.
Misses out there on the short and wide one.
Good bit of timing there.
That ball has been hit. It's flown into the crowd. To get that much power coming forward on the front foot is ridiculous.
Nicely played.
Hit that one on the up. A fabulous drive for 6.
Don't need to do anything special. Line and length is the key.
Yep.
Driven off the front foot. Fantastic cricket shot. Probably expected more there.
Hit that hard. Nailed it.
And that brings up the 50 partnership for these two.
The 50 comes up between this pair. It's been a strong partnership so far. A lot of people in the dressing room will be hoping it can continue.
Right out of the middle.
Just a little bit of room given, and the power was immense. That's flown over the boundary.
They shouldn't get too discouraged with that last ball. The first step as a bowler is to get the batter playing, which they've managed. If they can find the right spot, the reward will eventually come.
Brings up the half-century for this batsman.
That is an amazing half-century. Just mammoth stroke making. Just an impressive stint at the crease so far.
Very quick out there, managing to stop it and preventing 4 runs.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot, good running.
End of the over, and what a beauty it was. Say what you want about the bowling, but you've still got to hit them. Majestic batting. The right-arm medium bowler is coming into the attack from the south end.
Wait.
Out. Pretty straightforward catch in the end.
Another one gone. The fourth wicket is in the bag. A bit of trouble if there was another to fall quickly. We've seen some very good bowling.
The team will be after a positive innings from this batter. A great opportunity to come in and put some runs on the board.
Yep.
There'll be runs here.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Caught. What a position to set there. A brilliant catch.
They will receive now the warmest of receptions from this crowd for a supreme display of batting.
Difficult period as they come to the wicket. They'll take plenty of time to set themselves up before facing their first ball. Crashed away to the boundary. What a shot to start with.
That's the start you want. Awesome shots, and it's flown over the boundary.
A little short on that occasion. Needs to adjust the length slightly to be just a little fuller. Too short on this pitch, and as we've seen already, it makes it very easy to score.
That's what you pay the entrance money for. It's flown into the crowd. A brilliant shot off the front foot. No need to move.
Catch. Yep.
Gone. It's a good catch.
Well, this is a fantastic wicket. Kept the runs down. Really didn't get settled. Looked to be in trouble, sadly, for most of the knock.
The right armour is coming into the attack from the north end. Timed that brilliantly.
Managed to get onto the front foot early and just incredible power to loft that one over the boundary.
Yeah.
Well, for a brief moment, you thought there might be a bit of strife there. In the end, a good decision not to take on the field.
Nice bowling.
That was a slower delivery, played too early, and it went straight through to the keeper.
Yeah.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Absolutely nailed it.
That was seen so early. The timing was brilliant, and that has stayed hit. Fantastic.
Right off the middle of the bat.
Saw it from the moment it left the hand, latched onto it and given the full treatment.
A brilliant over for the batting side. Not so for the bowlers.
Yep.
They've picked the gap. Perfect timing.
What a lovely shot. Really good timing out of the middle and raced to the boundary.
Got all of it, and for 6.
Well, that was just textbook. Finds the space and power to lift that ball over the top, and it just keeps going.
Yeah.
Finds the fielder with that shot. There's trouble here.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Yep.
Needs to be on target.
It was just a little bit wide. Well picked up and let the ball do all the work, really, to push it down towards third man.
That's right off the meat of the bat.
Yeah.
Crunch on the front foot and bang. Gone all the way.
Gill, I don't think will be too happy with their bowler at the moment.
Yeah.
There was trouble for a moment, but these two were quick enough to avoid the run-out in the end.
That's the end of the over. Just magical batting. Nothing the bowler can do but watch as the ball goes all over the ground.
Yep.
Great shot. At least one on offer.
Decide against the second, way too late. I think they'd have been well short if they had continued.
Oh, that looked nasty.
I don't think there was any bat on that as they come through for the single.
That's going a long way. What a shot that is.
Had to clear the front leg in order to get under the ball and did brilliantly to hit it straight back over the bowler's head.
Well taken. Had a lot of work to do and held on to a great catch.
That was a real shame. That was a brilliant innings. Really was heading towards something special. A good wicket to take at this stage.
New batter comes to the crease. Never an easy time to come in after the fall of a wicket.
Yep. Bowler, bowler.
And with that, they're off the mark.
Yep.
Quick onto that in the infield. End of the over, 10 runs coming from it. The Super Kings are 229 for 7. Khan coming back into the attack.
Into the attack for Gujarat.
Yep.
Flew away with pace, brilliant timing.
That one they got hold of. The slower ball didn't work and it went all the way.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot. That's right out of the middle of the bat.
Well, that was just textbook. Finds the space and power to lift that ball over the top, and it just keeps going.
Catch. Yep.
Good return there, back from the deep.
That's gone all the way, right out of the middle.
That was timed very, very well. Great shot, driven down. Ground and flew over the boundary.
Wow, that's missed the lot.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on the shot.
49 for 7.
Yep.
into the gap. Nice shot.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there was no point chasing that.
Yep.
They'll push hard, should get back for 2.
Keeper.
Strong throw in from the outfield, right to the stumps. Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
We're on.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here.
No.
More decisive running may have gotten them 2. You look at that and I would say they would have made it easily. They need to be a little bit more switched on than that.
Yep. Waiting.
A beauty. Brilliant catch.
Not a bad innings. Really was starting to get the runs flowing, but cut short. Important wicket to get at this stage of the match.
For the Chennai Carvers.
Lovely shot back past the bowler. Runs to be had here.
Into the 18th.
The timing on that shot was just perfect. Brilliant shot. It was a boundary the moment it hit the bat.
That's the over. The Super Kings are 261 for 8.
Yep.
Well placed. Should get a single.
Catch it.
They'll
Yep.
get at least 1. Good catch. Out.
A trudge back to the pavilion. A disappointing display in the end. For someone with such batting skills, this goes down as a fail.
And with that wicket, the new batter will mark their guard. They just need to rotate the strike early on as they get settled.
Ballers in.
High in the air. This should be an easy chance. Out. Caught. It's been a fantastic display of batting that we've seen. It'll be a tough ask to chase down a total like this, but the pitch is still looking good. Just need a good start.
Waiting.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
Lovely shot to start the innings. Unfortunate they just couldn't find a gap.
Wait on.
Just about timed that perfectly.
You could see by how it whistled away to the boundary just how sweetly this was timed.
It can be very disheartening seeing good deliveries smacked around. Sometimes you've just got to accept it and move on.
Yep.
Nice shot, runs possible. It's getting to where this is becoming a problem. It's obvious it isn't out, but they appeal anyway.
I, for one, reckon that second run was on, but clearly the batters knew better.
A new batter always likes to feel bat on ball early on, as they bring a bit of energy to the crease.
Yep.
Timed it nicely. They'll look for a couple, you'd think.
Keeper.
Big appeal. Beaten on the drive.
Yes, nice bowling.
A little late on that, no run scored.
9 runs added there. Gujarat are 9 for none. A new bowler is coming into the attack.
Wait on.
Brilliant diving stop.
Not a great delivery, got it full and lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Wait on.
Just threw the shot too early.
Yep.
There'll be 1 run here for them.
Yep.
Confident appeal. Could it be?
Wait on.
Couldn't get it through the field.
Didn't hit that well, very late playing that shot.
Gujarat seem happy to take 2 runs off that over. It's our 11 for none.
Yep.
Perfect technique and placement.
That races away to the boundary. A beautiful shot off the front foot. Just textbook stuff.
Yep.
Not taken. A boundary, but not a convincing one.
Errs on the side of bowling slightly fuller, and they've been put away.
Yep.
There'll be runs here.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot, good running.
Yep.
Hit that hard. Nailed it.
Well, you can't fault that shot. Nicely played, and it was 4 runs all the way.
I'd like to see them aim for the top of off now. As a bowler, you've got to make them play on your terms. Finds the edge.
Yep.
Huge appeal. Time to keep the pressure on now. Great last ball to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot.
Waiting.
Straight to the fielder.
Maybe they didn't pick that up. Very late on the shot.
Ahmed has had a pretty good over. Just needed a bit more luck to find a wicket.
Waiting.